Welcome to CMPAC Spotlight, where we put the spotlight on our guests, producers, and directors here at Access 21. I'm your host, Keith Roberson, and today I have with me none other than Vonne Bowman. All right, we clapping it up.
Yay!
Okay. Okay, how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good.
Super excited to be here.
I'm glad to have you here. I didn't have to do too much prep today,
Okay.
so you and I, we have a pretty good rapport. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited about the things that we're going to talk about today.
Awesome.
All right. So first off, I like to start off with this question every episode.
Okay.
And I know it's a broad question, but it helps us zero in on who this person is that is sitting across from me.
All right.
Who is Vonne Bowman?
Vonne Bowman is me. I am she. I'm multifaceted. There's just so many layers. I am smack dab in the middle of my life. So I am becoming someone that I have never met. So we are all changing and evolving, and I'm trying to figure that out too.
Okay. What do you do?
So right now in this season of my life, I'm a wife, an at-home mom, raising my family.
Yeah.
I have 4 children, and I have a 30-year-old, 24-year-old, 18-year-old, and a 13-year-old. So
Nice.
as you can see, and 2 grandsons.
Wow.
So got a lot going on. Just, kind of being there for my family right now, because I'm a person, I don't want to take on too much. I put my career on hold to raise my family. And the last one is headed into 8th grade. So I'm just trying to figure out what's next for me as well.
Okay.
And with that, just kind of figuring that out. I do wish to continue with the media industry, as it has become something that's been really kind of interesting, fun, and exciting for me, by way of producing here at Access 21, also helping other people to make their visions come to life. And so just kind of filling things out.
Very good. Very good. So we talked about who you are. We talked about what do you do. What makes you happy? And we starting off with the light stuff, because we about to get deep.
Okay.
So what makes you happy? What makes Vonne happy?
What makes me happy is, peace. Just being at peace, not a lot of chaos. I like to travel. One of my favorite things to do is just to kind of flop by the pool, reading a book, watching the kids in the pool. That's always been sort of a fun thing to do when you're a mom and you got small children. The water, get them to the water. And now when I go to the pool, all of my kids can swim, so I don't have to get in the water. I can just kind of sit by the pool. I like to be outdoors, at the park, picnics in the shade, enjoying nature, travel, things like that.
Okay.
Shopping, little retail therapy. Yeah.
Very good. So all that you got going on, there's a bunch of people that come through these doors, and I love seeing everybody, your face included. What brought you here to Access 21? How did you find out about it? Tell us that story. Like, what is the origin story, the marriage between Vonne Bowman and Access 21, if we were to call it that?
Okay. So 2021, I took a media course that was given by a local couple here who are in radio and TV, and they just kind of put their information, took it all, and created this course that I participated in. And I took the course for about 6 months, and one of the assignments was to start a podcast. And so I don't know like how that works, but like my algorithm on my Facebook, it brought up the Access 21 orientation, whatever, advertisement.
Yeah.
And so I clicked on it, and I came and did the orientation and signed up. And the rest has been history. I started my podcast, and I did my podcast for 3 years.
Okay.
Not so much am I doing the podcast because I started doing specials here, but I started the podcast and then, took all the courses, basic studio, then the control room,
Right.
producing, and just kind of, did that track. And then I didn't want to do the series, so I just do specials, kind of a one and done. I don't know, the whole commitment and that whole piece was a bit much because I don't want to overwhelm myself with, finding, crew and talent and all that. So I just kind of do the specials.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I found Access 21.
Yeah. Amazing. So how do we get from doing a podcast to doing specials? Did you think that it was going to be something that you would do, like it would be like a duality, like I'm going to do the podcast, but I'm going to do the specials from time to time, and you just fell in love with doing the specials and said, nix the podcast?
Right. That's exactly how it kind of happened. Actually, my daughter was my engineer for the podcast.
Yeah, shout out Paige. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, thank you, boo. So she went away to college.
Wow.
So I didn't have her to kind of help me as much. So that's when I started doing the specials. And then my now rising 8th grader, I asked him if he would be interested in kind of coming on board too. Let's just make it a family affair.
Sidebar, it's incredible that he's only in the 8th grade. I'm sure you hear that all the time. Like, there's no way he doesn't look old.
Right,
like
right.
I wouldn't think 8th grade. He's he's still in middle school. He's doing his thing here too around the studio as well.
Shout out, Blake.
Yeah, shout out to you, Blake. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's now helping, whenever I've got 2 now that I can, part of my crew help with the show. But yeah, since she went away to college and he, I was like, would you be interested, because he wanted to come on board, but when I asked, they were like, you need to be 13, I think it was.
Yeah.
So he's now shown interest to kind of do a little bit more, so I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it happened, and I kind of started doing the specials and just said, we'll just put the podcast on hold a little bit.
Okay.
I'm not completely done with podcasting. Everybody has a podcast, so it's really competitive. So I just kind of, put it down for a little bit, and now doing the specials from time to time. So,
So you are a director here at Access 21. So obviously you do your own production. So you're the producer as well. What made you say, I don't want to just produce my own show, but I want to direct as well?
So it was posed to me through a call, if I would be interested. And also someone else kind of mentioned going into the directing slot as well. And so sometimes, Keith, you got to live through the eyes of others because sometimes people can see things that we don't always see.
It's true.
And so it just, made me give it some thought. And I think the director's class is only offered like one time a year, maybe.
A couple of times.
Whenever I kind of looked into it, I was like, one is coming up. So, while I kind of have the downtime, because I'm not full time working anywhere
Yeah.
and would be able to kind of maneuver, I was like, you know what, let's just go for it. So I did.
Come on, Vonne. You wanted to direct your own stuff. Let's be honest. You didn't want to give up your baby to anybody.
Okay, well, there you have it then. Let's just go ahead and
Like,
put
come
that on
let's
out there.
cut through the
Okay, okay.
let's cut the cheese.
True. And then, I did want to, learn more, and so why not?
Yeah.
Why not,
Yeah. Okay. How has that process been, from having it in your head and having to convey it to a group of people and having them, and it's still your baby, but still in many ways having to give it up in certain instances? Like how is that working out?
Well, I hadn't gotten there just yet because I'm fresh
Okay.
out of directing. So I'm kind of
okay.
working up to that, let's say.
Okay.
Just trying to figure out and learn the ropes. I'm still learning. And so that's still developing.
Yeah.
Still developing, conveying that and kind of doing my own thing. I feel like I'm just learning the ropes.
Yeah.
Because I want to get more proficient.
Yeah.
And so, you got to kind of do it more to get more proficient and learn more. So I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Still learning and, evolving.
So let's talk about that process then. It not being your project, so to speak, but we talked about this in director's class. This is the producer's show, but there's this relationship that you have to have with the show. Even though it's not yours, you still have to treat it as if it's yours and still be able to give it back at the end of the day. Again, keeping on with the baby analogy, like it's not my baby, but I have to care for it like it's my baby. And then at the end of the day, still like say, oh yeah, it's
Okay.
How's that been going for you? Like, is that a hard transition? Because I know for me, it can be kind of hard, Like I used to write music, right? I used to write songs, and then like I would have to give it to somebody and not be the one singing and not be the one doing whatever it is. So I know that it can be a hard type of thing.
Well, it's not been too terribly hard for me. There are two shows in particular that I've worked on frequently. And just kind of understanding and knowing kind of what they want, how they want it to go, and like, talking with them and just really making sure that what they want is achieved. And just, treating it like it is my own and kind of working with other directors as, maybe technical and kind of getting feedback from them and learning, which has been really good.
Yeah.
And, when you come and you've worked on someone's show, you kind of know their setup, how they kind of move, and just kind of really giving them some feedback, with camera. Okay, I want you to kind of move around a little bit, and we want to follow you.
Right.
You go from, this camera to that camera, and just kind of giving them some information to kind of, be able to get different shots for them and not just this one shot, but let's move here, let's get this angle, and just really trying to make their vision come to life, as I said. So it's been really kind of easy with doing that with some of the shows and the people that, I've built rapport with here.
So a lot of what you just spoke about was pre-production. I'm teaching a director's class right now.
Okay.
And I was talking to them about planning and stuff like that. And of course we had, it was a little while before like they really understood, no, it's really important to like plan it out before you, like even having conversations with the crew beforehand and all of that type of stuff. Like, hey, such and such, we're gonna run it like this, we're gonna do X, Y, and Z, so that everybody can somewhat be put at ease. We know that this can be a very stressful thing, especially if you're shooting live to tape. So what is your pre-production process like, and how do you help alleviate that stress? Or in theory, how would you if you haven't practiced it yet?
Okay, so for me with pre-production, I like to keep it simple. As far as the set, less is more, you know, because I don't want to take away from what it is that I'm doing. Typically, my shows that I produce are talk show styles. I
Okay.
want to get information to the community. My first show was a group of teachers that I had, you know, talking about post COVID, what's going on, wanting to give information to our viewers about what teachers experience and things of that nature. So I want to plan out, you know, who am I going to have on, you know, get my questions together, what kind of set do I want to set up? And like I said, I want to keep it simple, typically desk style, you know, panel, you know, with the teachers, keeping it, you know, really simple, thinking about, you know, what questions I want to ask, how many people, how long, okay, because we want to make sure we have enough content. And it's so interesting because you get these people, your talent, you let them know, and then they get up here and they don't want to talk.
Exactly.
It's
Right.
like, okay, you gotta, you know, and you know, I kind of make it simple because I have a list of questions and I give it to them. And so that first show, they were talking in the green room, but when they got out here, they were like, so.
Well,
that was funny.
We've got a clip of one of your specials. Hopefully that's not the show.
That's not.
Okay,
the
good.
Next one, I told her, I was like, listen, I need you to bring your A game.
Good.
Like, bring your information now and be ready to talk. So it was that was the second time was really good.
Okay, good. So what clip are we getting ready to watch?
Okay.
Describe to us what's happening right now.
Okay, so the clip we're going to watch is the founder of an organization called Girl Spirit Foundation of America, which is a mentoring organization for young girls.
Okay.
And I invited the founder on to come and talk about and showcase what she does. And she also brought some of her ambassadors and some of her girls to, you know, talk about girl spirit.
Wonderful. Let's check it out.
Hey, girls and ambassadors are going to join us now. These are some of the ambassadors and some of the members of Girl Spirit Foundation of America. Hello, hello, hello.
Hey girls, smile, smile.
So you like having guests on your show? That definitely helps with, you know, kind of like to break up the monotony. Do you always feel like you need to have a guest? Do you ever see yourself like, you know, like?
You know, I have really been thinking about it, kind of a solo type. I've been really thinking about that. So I don't always have to have a guest, but I like to. And so that's something that I've been thinking about, is doing kind of a solo show. My show, Conversations with Vonne, what we want to bring information, but what I really like to do is motivate, encourage, and inspire people to be their the best version of themselves that God created them to be.
Amazing.
So that's really, you know, one of my strong suits is, you know, being a cheerleader for people, because right now we're living in some really tough times, and I just feel like we move through life so quickly that we just don't stop and take time to smell the roses. You know, and in all that we're going through, whether it be parenting, careers, whatever, it's nice to have somebody to say, hey, Keith, you're doing a good job. Keep up the good work.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of what, you know, I like to do.
So that leads me into my next question. I was just thinking about it, like, as I'm listening to you, like, so you're a director in title, right? But what's the higher calling? What do you say that you are? You know what I mean? Like, yes, this is what I do. This is what I'm doing in order to do X, Y, and Z. So what is that for you?
So that my higher calling is I'm kind of, that's kind of in the works as well. But first and foremost, a child of the Most High God. And however and whatever he wants me to do, that's what I want to do. And it's looking like right now exhortation. You know,
I was getting
encouraging people, and just kind of, you know, being a cheerleader for him, you know, and letting people know that, you know, you got to tap in, lean into Jesus, because he is the reason for every season. And if you want to know what it is that you need to do, called to do, seek him. Seek him first, and he will direct your path.
Absolutely.
Because that is ultimately what we are called here to do, as his word states at Matthew 28:19. Go ye therefore into the world and make disciples of the people. Let them know about him. So that's what it is that, you know, my call is. It is ministry, and ministry is whatever it is that you're doing. You know, glorify him.
Right.
He is to be glorified.
Absolutely. So with that said, as an exhorter / director, what constitutes a good recording for you? Like, when it's said and done, like when we say cut, all clear, like what makes you say, success?
You know, just getting it done. Getting it done, you know, because it's like you plan it out, you know, so many things that people don't realize can go wrong, you know, and it makes me think of my first show. I'll never forget, it was pouring down rain that day. You know, you want to get here, you want to set up, you hope your crew shows. Sometimes I had a lot of no shows. I had a guest who couldn't make it, so I had to improvise on that. So if you can just get it done and they say cut, that's a good show. You know,
I hear you.
I just feel like it is.
I would agree. There's a lot of people, you know, they don't make it to the cutting room floor. That's for sure. That's for sure. We're out of time, but real quick.
Already?
Real quick,
That went real quick.
Yeah, they flagging me.
Okay.
What's next for you? What's next for Vonne?
What's next for me? We shall see. You know, I'm just going to continue to, you know, work here, helping whoever needs help whenever I get the call. Anybody who's looking for a director, call me. I'd love to help you bring your vision to life. I've yet to kind of do a solo directing project, so I'm looking forward to maybe doing that and continue producing, and who knows, maybe do a series.
Definitely. We're looking forward to whatever you got coming down the pipeline. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. And from all of us here at Access 21, we want to say thank you for watching. I've been Keith Roberson. Vonne, thank you for coming. And to everybody out there, good light and good night.